What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video guys, I will show you some comments from Mark Basile in regards to the recent class action settlement. I will show you the document that you should pay your attention to, and I will give you my 2 cents in regards to this issue. On top of that, I will show you that Republicans and Financial Services GOP are holding the SEC chairman Gary Gensler accountable, and I will show you why. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and hit the like button for me, because it is very important to see this support from you, from my viewers. And on top of that, guys, drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. So let's start with the news itself. You know that just recently we have the news that the class action settlement happened, and you know that the remuneration on each and every common stock should be at about 1.5 cents. And a lot of people want to know, will this decision affect their shares or not? And let me show you this tweet that was published by Mark Basile. And he wrote, like it or not, you may be part of the class that is subject to settlement at $0.015 per share. Stop listening to online social media BS. This is the notice required by the court in that case. 1. There is a class action, I told you several months ago, that may affect your rights. 2. That the class is limited as detailed in the notice. So many of you are subject to this class and some of you aren't. Read the notice and determine if it affects your rights. I'm seeking clarification on if and how it affects the rest of you that bought MMTLP after the merger and after the class period. That's all. I want to make sure on behalf of my clients and the community that any rights you may have are not barred or foreclosed. I don't see anyone else, and some of you know who you are, that are doing anything to determine if and how your rights might be affected by this class settlement. That's all I'm doing, considering I have several MMTLP clients that want to know. So maybe you should stop making BS up about me or anyone else and finally do something instead of holding spaces and criticizing everyone that is helping. It's obvious some of you have an agenda and are real tough behind the keyboard, especially your conduct towards the women of MMTLP. And I'm sure at some future time it will be exposed. In the meantime, if you don't understand this notice, I suggest you consult an attorney or roll the dice. It's your call. So, and he added this link to the documents. I will show you this in a minute. And let me show you what Junk Savvy wrote in response to Mark Basile's tweet. She wrote, MMTLP Army, waiting for clarification from class action lead attorney Adam M. Abton, Levy Korinsky LLP, and possibly Metamaterial Tech regarding any potential impact to the MMTLP investors and the fraud that has been committed against our community. The claims made were not related to the trading of the Series A preferred share dividend, but rather to alleged false statements made by representatives of Meta and Torch regarding the technology assets prior to reverse merge. The law is never simple and rarely black and white. Mark Basile will update the community once we have the clarification in writing. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow morning. Stop falling for the FUD. Be patient and wait for the facts. In the meantime, fight for those inches. And guys, it is very important to understand, does this settlement affect your share position, your holdings of MMTLP or not? And to determine it, you have to read this document. So, first of all, whose shares might be affected by this class action settlement? To all persons or entities who purchased Metamaterials Incorporated, formerly known as Torchlight Energy Resources, securities from September 21, 2020 to June 24, 2022. So this is the first deadline from September 21st, 2020 to June 24th, 2022. Inclusive or held Torchlight Energy Resources stock at the time of its merger with Metamaterials on June 28, 2021. On top of that, we have an additional people who might be affected by this. So, Torchlight Energy Resources stock held as of May 5th, 2021, the record date for shares eligible to vote on the merger with Metamaterials. And if you were a shareholder during these periods, definitely you will be affected and you will have a settlement of $0.015 per share. And guys, in general, I have to admit that it is not the best solution, especially if you think about the number, the remuneration itself. It is ridiculous. But I want to pay attention to this paragraph. If the class action had not settled. In this case, continually the case would have resulted in dismissal or loss at trial. The two sides do not agree on the amount of money that could have been won if plaintiffs prevailed at trial. The parties also disagree about 1. The method for determining whether the price of Metamaterials common stock was artificially inflated during the relevant period. So, it is quite obvious for us, for MMTLP shareholders, that it was artificially inflated. 2. The amount of any such inflation, and yes, this amount should be determined. 3. The extent that various statements and or omissions alleged by plaintiffs were materially false or misleading, and we have a lot of evidence of this. 4. The extent that various statements and or omissions alleged by plaintiffs influenced the trading price of metamaterial securities during the class period. And 5. Whether the statements and or omissions alleged were material, false, misleading, or otherwise accountable under the securities laws. And guys, for us it is quite obvious that we had a lot of omissions, we have a lot of false information, and we have a lot of misleading statements from officials that definitely affected the MMTLP share price. And the most sad part of this document is this one. Who is the main beneficial? Attorneys, fees, and expenses. And guys, it is very difficult to read, but let me quote it for you. Plaintiffs are represented by a lead counsel. A lead counsel has not received any payment for their work investigating the facts, conducting this litigation or negotiation the settlement on behalf of plaintiffs and the settlement class. Court-appointed lead counsel will ask to the court for an award of attorney's fees equal or less than $1 million, which amounts to 1/3 of the settlement fund, reimbursement of out-of-pocket litigation expenses, not to exceed $60,000 to be paid from the settlement fund, and awards to plaintiffs and other plaintiff representatives be approved to $10,000. If above amounts are requested and approved by the court, the average cost per share common stock will be at $0.00535. So, here you can see the main beneficiaries that will receive at least 1/3 of the total settlement amount, and the total amount is $3 million, and at least $1 million plus fees will be paid to the class action lawyers. And guys, definitely this is why class action lawsuits are not the best for the shareholders. Definitely it is the worst solution, but it is the easiest way how third-party lawyers can benefit out of our case. And that is why we have to avoid these type of litigations by any means. And if you don't know whether or not this lawsuit affect your shares, your holdings, please contact to your attorney and ask him or her to give you more clarification. So let me show you another quite interesting update. Anna Trades reposted this, and she reposted the tweet that was made by Meta guy Murdoch 6 hours ago, and he wrote, MMTLP, well, would you look at that? "Where are you going, Timmy?" And he refers to the tweet that was published by Meta News. And Meta News wrote back in the days this tweet: "Conflict of interest. Vanguard holds an ETF that held MMTLP. They sold 40% plus, about 17 million shares of MMTLP right before U3 halt. And by itself, this action is quite suspicious." And remember, Tim Buckley, chairman and CEO of Vanguard, is also a governor on a FINRA board. And guys, how it is even possible that the person who has an inside information from FINRA itself, why in the world he is the CEO of the ETF fund who cashed out right before this U3 illegal halt? The general wrote, breaking: Tim Buckley to step down as CEO of $7.2 trillion asset manager Vanguard. And definitely, in my opinion, this activity and this fact should be investigated as well. And I think we have to know more about this saga, and we have to find out all the insiders who potentially benefited out of this case. And only after that we will have a transparent markets, and only after that we will have more chances for fair investments. So, and let me show you another news. Busy Brands made this tweet 16 hours ago, and he said, "Hold him accountable for MMTLP." And he added this tweet that was made by Financial Services GOP, and Financial Services GOP said this: "Rather than executing laws enacted by Congress, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler persistently attempts to circumvent Congress and the APA. Today, we are holding the SEC accountable for its disregard for congressional intent and attempts to stymie digital asset innovation in the United States." And guys, you know that Financial Service Committee, let's put it this way, they don't like Gary Gensler's work. And that is why Gary Gensler has to solve not only MMTLP problem, but other problems related to the crypto holdings issue and a lot more that should be solved while he is as head of SEC. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.